What is good, ColdHour fam? This is your boy Mateo.
Joined by T. Raglan, your boy.
And we are out here. We are going to be breaking down Lizzo's new album, 'Cause I Love You, which came out on May 3rd, 2019. Trevor's going to be giving you guys a brief artist background. We're going to do an album overview as a whole. We're going to pick out our favorite songs that we feel we should break down and give you the infamous ColdHour rating. So yeah, we hope you enjoy. This is the ColdHour.
Melissa Vivian Jefferson, a.k.a. Lizzo, born April 27th, 1988 in Detroit, Michigan. But at the age of 10, her family relocated to Houston, Texas. Shout out. She began her career living in Houston in the southwest elite part of the city, which is known as the SWAT. In 2011, she moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where she performed with indie groups including the electro soul pop duo Lizzo and the Larva Inc. Her discography, or some of the studio albums that she put out in the past, include Lizzo Bangers in 2013, Big Girl, Small World in 2015, and in this year, 2019, on April 19th, she released 'Cause I Love You. Now, let's get into the overview of this beautiful album as we get started on this ColdHour segment.
Alrighty, Trevor, let's get into this overview. What'd you think?
Woman power.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This is a very woman-powered, feminist-forward.
Definitely. Especially
album.
going through these times, I feel like it's a great woman power.
It's a big main idea in our society right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely
it is. And I feel like that's kind of a good thing, and in many ways is a good thing.
She references a lot of this like feminist lingo too. She mentioned big dick energy, which is something that's going on Twitter right now. What else did she say?
Did she talk? I thought she talked about the fuckboys, but she
did. I feel like she brought it up,
which I feel like that's a very common term.
Agreed.
Nowadays.
Yep, it is
the fuckboy going around, and I have an
think
understanding.
she had a lot of negative songs towards men on the album.
Yeah,
but I think she's referencing to the fuckboy.
Right.
You put it like perfectly in perspective.
I think it's more targeted towards those guys rather than all guys. I don't think she's slandering men in any sort of way.
She wasn't talking about me. That's how I listened to it.
No, not
definitely not me.
She couldn't have been talking about me. No way. But there was a lot of times where she was saying, proclaiming more so like I'm happy about myself.
I agree with you. She had Juice did a really good job of doing that.
Juice did a good job.
There was the other songs where she said that like it in my opinion, and this is gonna hurt, if you're a girl listening, don't get butthurt, this is just my opinion. So the way she went about it was to empower herself while putting men down,
right? And
the men she's putting down have been these fuck boys that she's had to deal with in the past, right?
Exactly.
So that's just my take on it. I don't know, you can
I feel the same exact way. I feel like she was definitely pushing herself up off of the guys that had probably previously hurt her in some way or another, who were fuckboys, who probably treated her some type of way she didn't like, and then labeled them as fuckboys. But I feel like the label fuckboys goes very far rather than just what she may just be talking about, which is why I feel like a lot of girls can relate, because she's using this general term of fuckboys, talking about this one guy who fucks you over just for, whatever they want. It used to be dogs, like men are dogs. Now it's like men are fuckboys, and it's like, well, no, not all of us, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, so it was a lot of that within the album. Doesn't make it a bad album, but it definitely...
Well, yeah, it's not tailored to us.
I felt like it was treason listening to it.
It was going in, listening to the second song, the female one. What's it called? This is like a girl, like a girl. Because Trevor and I are going on a whim here to start branching out to more music and dig down onto the show. But yeah, we picked this one, and second song in, I was like, oh God, what I get myself into?
Yeah, definitely. But
I felt it was good. I mean, I got to give credit where credit's due. Yeah, she has a good voice. She's a good singer, and her ideas. It's not things that I agree with because I'm not a girl that's gotten broken up with by a guy. Right. You know, so I can't relate. Yeah, exactly. I'm the guy. I'm the other. I'm the fuckboy that she's talking about.
Unfortunately, and it's funny because it's spelled the way fuckboy spelled is FUCCBOI. Yeah, it's not how you would think it's spelled, which is interesting. I don't know why they spell it that way, but yeah, I think I felt that way just because of I felt like I didn't belong.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I was like, I shouldn't be listening to this. Yeah. You know,
and I had to force myself to listen to it. Like, if I did not have to do this show on this album, I would have never listened to this. No, I wouldn't. But I'm not like bashing it. It's like, not. I'm kind of happy I did. I'm more open minded after like having listening to like the album.
Definitely, it was a good album. She, like you said, vocally talented, has extreme range, very different sound. I was talking to you earlier. It's
very soulful.
Yeah, very soulful. Very
soulful and pop. Like I hear the pop sound.
Yeah, very soulful, pop, funky. It's funky.
It is funky.
I was saying that she kind of sounds like a Bruno Mars, but a female version of Bruno Mars has that funkiness to her, and maybe that's just coming out of Detroit, where she's from, and so and Houston. I know Houston,
like too. Aretha Franklin, kind of. You know,
yeah, taking it way back. Yeah, Aretha Franklin is a good tag.
Incredible.
Can't think of one, but Aretha Franklin's a good one.
She's a goat.
She has the thing about Lizzo is she's rapping. You know, she's not just singing on it.
But no, she does both. She sings and raps. It's cool. It's an interesting... as far as female rappers go, I think she does a really good job.
She does. And it's not like the rapping that you hear like Nicki or Cardi B doing.
Where they're trying to jock like a man style and make it their own. She has her own flow and her own style to that.
Exactly. To the music, and it's still like... hard. Like it's not. There were a couple bars that she dropped on the album.
Well, there's a song with Gucci Mane too.
Yeah, she has Gucci Mane on as a feature, and
Missy Elliott
as a feature, who's also a prolific rapper / did some singing, and you can see where her roots are. You can see where she's trying to go for, where her influence is, and so it was a good album. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but.
I can say the same. Audience. Like I'm surprised. Like the message is again totally like opposed to like what we think and what we'd actually listen to like on a daily basis. Right. But given a good listen, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely. You said Like a Girl, and did we mention Juice? We mentioned a little bit about Juice.
Juice was good.
It was a good song. There were a couple other songs that were on there that were really good.
I believe it was Boys that kind of sounded like for a Pharrell song.
Boys,
I checked. I was almost confident Pharrell was going to be listed as one of the producers on the song.
It did. Yeah. I wonder who that producer was. Maybe we'll get into it when we get into our songs.
It's one of the three that we're going to break down.
It is. Well, we have four that we're going to break it down.
Four.
We have four.
Production was really good on the album. It was really... what's the word? Popish.
Yeah.
It was a good pop sound.
It was.
And pop being like the mainstream sound that most people listen to, like it did a really good job to stand out, in my opinion.
I felt like it was, like you said, pop, summer vibe. I mean, it's another summer album, so I feel I could imagine somebody, listening to this, rolling their windows down and bumping this. Like, I feel like it's just a really good girl jam. Yeah. Like, girls should kind of listen to this album.
No wonder girls love the album so much.
Yeah, it makes sense. And we didn't talk about this on the intro or anything, but she did a what is it called when they performance. I couldn't think of the word performance. A performance at the BET Awards.
She stood up in front of a couple of people and just started singing your songs. Yeah, never seen that before.
Never seen that before. I don't know what that's called. What do we label this as? A performance. That's what
we're at.
BET Awards. She just did.
Oh yeah,
she did the BET Awards.
That was yesterday, day before.
Yeah, I believe it was Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sunday.
Yesterday.
Well, yes. Today we were recording Monday, but
given our
Sunday.
recording, this is probably going to drop.
So we're recording Monday, but yesterday for us today.
Mm-hmm.
But when you will be hearing this, she recorded it. She did it Sunday.
Previously recorded.
But yeah, she did Truth Hurts performance, and we didn't mention this on the background, but she's a professional flautist.
Oh.
And what's a flautist, you may ask, Mateo? It is a professional flute player. Yes, a flute player. For all you people who play flutes, she plays flutes like Ron Burgundy.
Shouts out to the flute players. The jazz flutists.
The jazz flautists. But yeah, she performed on the BT.
Flautist?
It's flautist.
Oh, flautist.
Flautist.
That sounds like a flower.
Flauta. It sounds like flautas.
Flauta. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, flauta sound bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, she performed on the BET Awards, which is huge. I feel like that's really
That
huge.
is big. That's actually really big.
Yeah, I feel like she's probably been wanting to do that for quite a long time. So it's a big accomplishment. She's doing big things.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm not one to get butthurt about anything, but I give credit where credit's due. She, in my opinion, works her butt off, and she's a good artist overall. Yeah. She's solid. She
is. She's a solid artist.
Mm-hmm.
She's really dynamic. I feel like she would do really well on other people's projects, like
as like a
features.
Good feature. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially to like a strong rapper. Like if you got another rapper on, and then she did like some background vocals as well as
that
some
would
rapping,
go hard.
It'd be pretty cool. So I'd never heard about her before this.
Who would you want to see Lizzo
featured on?
Featured on.
I love J. Cole, and I feel like J. Cole just does great with features.
Really?
Works really well with features, but he's been doing a lot of add-on features.
Okay.
Like he's being featured on a project.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That's tough.
I feel like it'd have to be somewhat hard. Maybe.
But it's got to be poppy. It can't be too like trap hip hop.
What do you think of what's his name? Playboy Carti. Could you see that or no?
No.
Yeah.
Not really. Because Cardi, he's like jumpy. I feel like his music's like very jumpy. Hers is like, it's like hard, but it comes at you. It's not like I'm jumping at you.
What about Kodak Black?
I can kind of see Kodak.
Yeah,
Kodak kind of makes sense.
I could see Kodak.
Kodak wouldn't be. I feel like it'd have to be a collaborative, like it'd be a group, not just her.
Yeah,
like it'd have
I feel
to be him,
Yeah.
her, and then some other people. Maybe like
Nicki and her should make a song.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be
Nicki,
really cool.
her, and Ed Sheeran.
Ooh,
that was a joke,
like
but that actually would be.
I kind of like that. That'd be interesting.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be interesting. Ed Sheeran would be really interesting.
He's super poppy too.
Yeah,
or her and Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, just them.
That might be a dynamic duo.
That might be it.
Agreed.
I hadn't heard about her before this, but
yeah, true. I haven't listened to her discography before this one. This is legit the only album.
My only exposure to her. I don't think I'd go deeper, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Truth Hurts was good. We can jump into these songs, but
yeah.
Truth Hurts. That's why we initially picked this album to like break it down.
Yeah, that was the
song,
the bait.
It's good too.
It is. It is. It's not a bad song at all. I like it, and that's what is that? Bipartial? I don't know. What is that? Like I'm not partial to one side. Like being a guy. Like I'm a guy and I like the song. So it's a good song. Regardless of what I think she was trying to go for with the album. But it.
So yeah, I mean the biggest thing that stood out to me is I remember listening into it like the first time, and the chorus is super catchy, and it goes, "Why are men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it with a straight face," And she says that a couple of times, and it's catchy. Like I catch myself singing it too. I'm like, yeah, am I great?
Why man great? Because they gotta be great.
Yeah, but it's so catchy. Oh, and she does her reference to what's her face, Sister Nancy. At the end of the chorus, she'll be singing ba da 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 da, and then bam bam be da.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And I love Sister Nancy.
Yeah.
So I wonder what her connection is.
I didn't know there was Sister Nancy. I just know the bam bam be dum ba bam.
That's Bam Bam by Sister Nancy.
Oh, I never heard that.
But that's super big in like a lot of music. Kanye West has sampled it.
Yeah, I've heard it sampled and sung, but.
If I'm not wrong, I think it's probably the most sampled song ever.
Really?
I think.
Because it's sampled. It's
sampled a lot.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Because it's on everything. That's why I recognize it. Is because I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard this before. I've heard this before. But I never knew who it was or.
Yeah, Bam Bam by Sister Nancy. It's, I think, from somewhere around like the 70s, 80s, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it makes sense.
Was this the single? I don't know. Was this the single that she released for the album?
No idea.
No?
Not too sure on that.
I don't know if she released one. Like I said, we just got into this album, to this artist, actually.
Last week.
Yeah, last week. So I think it might have been. To be honest with you, just because
it makes sense.
It makes sense. This is what she performed at the BET Awards.
Yeah, it's her biggest one. So it's the big one right now,
and it makes sense. It's catchy. You can vibe with it. You can sing to it.
It was catchy enough for Trevor and I to decide that this was a good album to like actually look into, and dig into.
Right, you know? And you see her vocal abilities even on that song.
Agreed. Yeah.
So
the other one that I really liked was Juice.
Juice was really good. I like
Juice was a fun one.
Juice was good, and there's some notes on Apple Music that I want to read for you. It's from Lizzo.
Okay.
And she says, if you only listen to one song from Cause I Love You, let it be this. It's a banger, obviously, but it's also a state of mind. At the end of the day, I want my music to make people feel good. I want it to help people love themselves. This song is about looking in the mirror, loving what you see, and letting everyone know. It was the second to last song that I wrote for the album, right before Soulmate, which was another track on the album, Soulmate. But to me, this is everything I'm about. I wrote it with Ricky Reed, and he's a genius. Just some words from Lizzo that she wrote about the song. I love it when artists do that, who, just give a little commentary about why they wrote it, what it's about, what they feel about it.
And it's funny that you say that if it's one song that you listen to, let it be this one, that this is the first one I pick outside of Truth Hurts.
Exactly.
It really stands out.
It does.
It might be the best song in the album, but it's just that Truth Hurts stands
out more to other people. Yeah. It definitely, I feel like, Cause I Love You, as much as it sounds like a note to somebody else, I feel like it's a note to herself. Just talking about herself, loving herself, which is nice. I feel like, especially because the album artwork is just her. It's her, it's her
naked and exposed.
Yeah, it's her in her full vulnerability.
And she talks about that in Lingerie too. Now, Lingerie isn't one of them, but it was weird because she has this negative view towards men the entire album. But then when Lingerie comes on, she's expressing how she wants a man to basically cherish her as she's naked and exposed, to be vulnerable for said guy,
Exactly.
And I thought it threw me off. I was like, you're being what do you mean? what are you trying to say? Yeah,
you're hating men the entire time. Now you want us all of a sudden?
I know.
Choose one.
Yeah.
Choose one.
I don't know. It just it also goes to show the way of a woman's mind works, they're all like this one way and then switch on over the other.
It's funny because they know it's
unpredictable
true too.
Yeah,
that's what's so funny is that they know it's true until you say it. True. They don't want you to say it. You can't say a woman's crazy. They know they're crazy.
Yeah.
You can't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
an unspoken truth.
Yeah, one of those things, I guess, we just gotta live with in one way, shape, or form. But it's okay. It's okay. We love women. I love women.
What was the other one?
Like a Girl.
Like a girl. The second one.
Yeah. I feel like that one's just girl anthem. Did you ever listen to Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
No. What is that song, Trevor? Please tell me. Elaborate.
Oh, girls just want to have...
I think everyone in the world heard that song for sure.
I feel like this is it's an ode to that.
Okay.
Just her version of it, saying, I'm a girl, I'm trying to have fun, trying to do my own thing. That's what I felt like listening to it. I felt like that.
Yeah. It was so weird. I had trouble. It was just, okay, because one, I was going into this album without knowing much about her, and then this being the second one right off the bat, it was just But looking back at it and looking at it, the album as a whole, now I understand.
Yeah. You want to know what Lizzo had to say?
What'd she say? She probably said, I don't give a fuck about what Mateo says. Fuck that guy.
She said, we wanted to take the old cliche and flip it on its head, shaking out all the negative connotations and replacing them with something empowering. Serena Williams plays like a girl, and she's the greatest athlete on the planet, And what if crying was empowering instead of something that makes you weak? When we got to the bridge, I realized there was an important piece missing. What if you identify as female but aren't gender assigned that at birth? Or what if you're male but in touch with your feminine side? What about my gay boys? What about my drag queens? So I decided to say, if you feel like a girl, then you then you real like a girl. Oh, then you
right,
real like a girl.
I don't agree with her on that, because if she says that you have to be in touch with your feminine side and then says gay men and what was it, drag queens? Because I personally feel I'm really in touch with my feminine side.
Yeah, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
0% insecure, like being vulnerable and like in that aspect of like being feminine, you know, because women have masculine tendencies and then men have feminine tendencies as well, you know. And it's just like finding a balance and being comfortable with both.
Yeah, I think that's the key to it, is just finding a balance. It's weird that there's this feminine and masculine side. There's this, you know, be in touch with your feminine side, be in touch with your masculine side. I think there's this thing where it's like you're just being sensitive, you know, be a little bit more sensitive, be less sensitive. Men are generally more.
It's like you drinking out of a martini glass.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Are you more comfortable?
Quick story. Oh yeah, definitely now. Now that I've been, you know, labeled as a bitch for every time. So we went to a bar one time. Quick side note. We went to a bar one time. The bartender brought me my drink in a martini glass, and I ordered the drink hoping that the drink came in a more masculine type of glass rather than a martini glass. And I made a comment to Mateo, and I was labeled as a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you were labeled as a bitch because you said, why did I get this? Because I was being a bitch cup.
Yeah, because I was being a bitch about it. But yeah, it's pointless. At the end of the day, what does it matter?
It's just a glass.
Exactly. It's just a glass. It's just the way I want to act. Like if I want to be, if I'm more in touch with my feelings and emotions, and I come off more feminine, you know, so be it. But it's not just like you're being a girl about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want it to be labeled as that.
Yeah.
Is don't be a girl about it. You know, don't throw like a girl. I feel like labeling something like that is a bad way of doing it. Rather than saying,
well, that's a really old notion. I feel like we've grown way past that idea, because I haven't heard that term in a while.
Well, definitely, like, but I feel like she's using it like that.
That's I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? I feel like she's saying
this goes back to like Sandlot, when the biggest insult. Exactly, that's the biggest insult in all the boys. Like,
exactly.
You know, like,
and I feel like she's not trying to do that, but in the sense you're still drawing the line. Like you're still saying there's a line there, rather than just saying, "Oh, really? There's a line there." Like not acknowledging it. I feel like it's better than acknowledging it and trying to get rid of it. In the same sense as like, I don't want to go into like racism, but in the same sense, like, yeah, if I say it's there, it's there. But if I don't say it's there, then just move on with it. Yeah. You know?
Well, I think when it comes to these issues, I don't tend to look at people based on like their appearance or whether or not they're a guy or a girl. I have a habit of just like getting to know, understand, and then make the judgment for myself. Yeah, guy or girl, anything, you know. Like I'm indifferent about it. I have the same amount of guys that I hate or dislike. I wouldn't say I hate. That's equal to the same amount of girls that I dislike. Right. There's just people I don't like to be around. Exactly. People are people to me, you know?
People are people based on the fact that they're people rather than...
And like I make my own judgment based on their actions.
Right. Mainly, like who they are as a person rather than like, oh, like you believe in this or you do this or you're like this. Like, I try to stay away from that as much as possible. I think that's just how I was as a person raised from my family. They were very open about, you know, do whatever you want, you know? And look, I am the person I am today because of that. And I think there's a little danger when you do go into this route that I feel like she is going. And it's probably just because of what she's been grown up and going through and who she's around and different people she's around. And she's probably just saying, hey, you know what, have girl pride, whether you are, you know, if you are more in touch with that feminine side, if you are more in touch with being a girl rather than being a guy, then this song's for you. And I think she's just trying to do that way. And I get it. It is a good song. It's not a bad song, but I think there is a little danger when you go on that route.
Go to the extremes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, next track was Boys. That we liked. Was in our top 4.
Top three. The only reason we have 4 is because Truth Hurts was by default.
Yeah, it had to be there. It had to be in there.
Yeah, but our top 3 were
Juice, Like a Girl, and Boys.
Correct.
But yeah, Boys was a good one. That was the one that you were referencing. Pharrell.
That sounds like Pharrell.
It has
such a Pharrell sound to it. Definitely. It's produced by Ricky Reed. Ricky Reed did a lot on this album, actually.
Yeah, Ricky Reed did do a lot on this album. big producer on. I wonder what else he produced. I don't really know what else he produced.
I feel like I've heard his name before.
I felt like his name has been dropped by other artists. I'm not
Ricky
exactly sure
Reed.
who, but
Ricky
Reed.
But yeah, this song was fun. Like, she like made this whole song or album to bash guys, and then makes this song. She's like, you know what? I like all of you.
Yeah.
Just like,
come to
again.
me.
What are you trying to say? What are you coming at me with?
It definitely was like, hey boys.
Yeah, right. She's like, hey, check me out.
Yeah,
I like you. I like all of you.
exactly.
I don't know.
After saying like, I don't need you.
Yeah,
I don't need a man. I don't
all
need
over
a man.
the place.
You don't need a man until you want a man. That's when you need a man.
Yeah.
Is when you want a man. Women always say that. It's like I don't need a man. I don't need one.
But I think this is an idea that most girls like have when they look at men. Like, they're not really perceptive when it comes to like physical appearance.
Right.
And she mentions that she likes all types of boys, beard and clean face. You know.
Yeah.
Nails.
Skinny boys, big boys,
all of them, all the boys.
Don't matter to her.
Yeah.
She just want a boy. I mean, there's no way she's that. She's okay with it.
No, well, it's just the way women perceive men. Like, it's
definitely.
not like as big of a factor as it is to men specifically.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. That the looks aren't really everything for women.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's interesting because going from an album that was very self-confident, boosting your self-esteem, love yourself type, to going in the direction that you're not dependent on a man in some sort of way, but going in that direction is interesting. Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's really funny, but all in all, it was a great album. I feel like for women in general, I feel like it's a very woman-esque.
Agreed. If you're a girl, feminine, you have to listen to this song. Or this album.
Yeah, definitely give it a listen. Check her out, Lizzo. Check her out.
Check out Truth Hurts and Juice. If you like either of those, it's worth listening to. I kind of like
girl. Like girl's not too bad. I think most girls would like a girl. Mm-hmm. But definitely in this age of like cyberbullying and all that,
Agreed.
It's just kind of messy.
It tailors to our society and what's going on in like pop culture now.
Yeah,
it's a really big theme on like just what's going on.
Right.
I'd say Twitter specifically because that's where I see it all the time.
And I feel like
this idea is a big idea.
Most women have trouble loving themselves. I feel like with women in as a whole, they have trouble loving themselves. Mm-hmm. Not to say that men don't. It's just you see it more with women. Mm-hmm. Men just don't, I guess, hide it more or whatever. But it's important to love yourself.
Yeah, true. I think this is going to be really messed up to say, but I think this album goes for women who are insecure and have a tendency to place their values in what men have to say about them.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
Yeah, and that is so true. You should never place your value on something other than what
you shouldn't have to, you shouldn't have let men have that control over you to like place you where you're at with your own value. I don't want that control,
to be honest with you. I don't.
It's manipulative.
It is. You should never, even in if you get in a relationship or whatever, you should never put your value on, like, allow somebody else to show you,
tell you what you're worth.
Yeah,
like, you got to tell yourself what you're worth.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm overconfident. I have too much.
I don't feel like that. I feel like that's a better problem to have.
Agreed. Yeah, hell yeah. Well, because it stems from being underconfident and insecure. Like, there was a point in my life where I was insecure. Right. But given both states of where I was at, I'd way rather be the overconfident
guy. Definitely. Nobody likes arrogant people, to be honest. But at the same time, I'd rather be around an arrogant person than around somebody who's just, I'm terrible.
Yeah,
or
miserable. Because you just make your own. Not only do you make your own life miserable, but you're making the lives of those around you miserable.
Definitely. So what do you rate it?
All right, I'm gonna rate it unbiased.
ColdHour Rating.
ColdHour Rating.
This does not have to do with anybody else. I'll tell you what mine is right now.
I don't want you to tell me yours because it's going to affect mine. Do you know yours already?
Yep, I already know mine.
Damn it! I still haven't even thought about it. I'm gonna say 5. I'm just gonna place it right in the middle.
Mine was a 4.
4?
Yeah, just because I didn't vibe with it well.
Okay,
It was a good album.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it was a good album. It's just not my album.
Well, that's what I was gonna give it 2 ratings. One, like a neutral, like, I'm not a man, just like as an album. As an album, like a whatever, I'd probably give it a 6.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm being again cold and giving it a ColdHour rating, 4.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I gave it a 5.
Yeah. I mean, 4.5.
4.5.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with the album, nothing wrong with the artist in any
We're just guys.
Yeah, definitely. That's honestly it. We're just guys that don't really vibe with this.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that she made an album just for girls, because I don't think she did.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely seems like it. Maybe she did just make an album.
I think it was. No,
girls.
it definitely was for women.
Yeah?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It seems like it in all ways, shapes, or forms. Mm-hmm. So. And that's okay. I kind of want to see an artist do something just for guys.
She gives a shout out to gays and drag.
That's true. Drag? Yeah.
So I think that's her tailored audience. It's just these feminist forward individuals.
Definitely. It was
and girls.
I'd like to see an artist, a male artist, and
there's
I know Jay-Z kind of did.
No, there's a lot.
Yeah,
yeah,
did
hell yeah.
Male thing.
Well, I mean, it's real. It's the negative aspects of masculinity.
But yeah, I don't want the negative. I want like one that's like more
Your
positive.
bitch in my Gucci flip flops.
I feel like that's such a
girl. Okay, no. All right. The defining factor.
Like, is that what all guys want to?
No. Don't get me wrong. Like most music is tailored to men.
Definitely.
The thing is that women can get down to that music too. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because a guy can sing, I fucked a bitch in my Gucci flip flops, and a girl could sing the same thing and be down with it. You get what I'm saying? But vice versa, it doesn't work.
So should I be more down with this album? Now I'm kind of thinking like I feel bad not being able to.
No, you don't.
Well, I'm just wondering like because I feel like even in society like we're like, oh, that's a girl song, like. Oh, I can't. Because there's a lot of songs. There's a lot of songs that are like, oh, I love my man, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then there's been a lot more songs where it's like money, and that's by Cardi B.
Yeah, the Cardi B song. Her and Nicki Minaj tend to have that overlying theme where they rap about money.
Yeah, definitely. Money is a big thing. I think that's because we all get
brought it up earlier that like they jock the style of male rappers and make it like they try to make it their own as opposed to Lizzo who raps and sings but it's like her own version of her own rap, like, as if she came up with like her own flow.
Definitely that's a big thing. Is she came up with her own flow. It's a very different from like the flow that the rapper female rappers have. I was gonna say rapist, but that's not.
Yeah, because we could throw all these big, like other big female rappers into like Iggy Azalea's in there too,
Yeah.
But I'd even go as far to say that, but Ariana Grande is part of that crew too.
Definitely.
They all have this
when
similar
she does rap,
sound.
Yeah. When she does rap, it is that male hard sound to mimic it. I feel like this is not,
they're trying to make it. They're trying to mimic this male rap sound.
This isn't that same vibe. I didn't get that same vibe from it. And maybe it's the production and the beats that she's on. It's more pop-ish. I don't know, but this is a very different vibe for sure.
Totally agree. Yeah. So that was our review. Let us know what you think. If you're a girl, let us know what you think. If you think we're totally wrong, we totally agree because we're on the opposite side of the spectrum. So you're right. We're not hating on the album. It was a good album. Definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out. But yeah, we're coming out with our next episode next week. We're going to be talking about habits. So make sure to check that out. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys, and we out.